Hi, I'm Becca, and this is my husband, Gabe.
That's me.
Welcome to the podcast celebrating Jack Russell Terrier dogs.
And all the joys of companionship with canines of every kind.
Each week, we'll explore all the heartfelt, humbling, and hilarious stories that only dog parents can truly relate to. We're Jack Russell parents. Happy New Year, puppy parents.
Our year is off to a great start. Hope yours is too.
Yes, and we are starting the new year with the same topic we began the Jack Russell Parents podcast with. We are coming full circle. Our trailer, the very first bit of dialogue we put on the airwaves, if you will, is about our inability to have children and how our dog, our Jack Russell, Carson, is part of our infertility story.
That is an intense topic to start the new year with.
It is. But the new year, as much as we would like it to, does not erase the realities of life, but it does allow us an opportunity for fresh perspective. So for those of you out there who are dealing with infertility or know someone who is, this might help you. And don't worry, puppy parents, this episode still has everything to do with dogs.
I know there are people out there who will roll their eyes when you use the term fur baby, but for some of us, our pup may be the only baby we ever have. So we ask that you show some grace, and each individual has a unique story and reasoning behind becoming a puppy parent.
Right. And an article from genesisfertility.com called Pet Therapy, How Dogs Can Help You Cope with Infertility and Pregnancy. They say one reason infertility patients, want to become parents is because they have a lot of love to give. Often before or while trying to become pregnant, they add a canine family member or two, and maybe a cat. And sometimes they're called fur babies. We are those people. Gabe and I are the people who refer to our pup as our baby. And here's why. So as we did share a little bit, very briefly in our trailer, we have been unable to have kids. And after about 2 years of trying, I think we were married for about a year. And then after 2 years of trying, we got to a point where we were like, we need something to happen. And I remember saying, let's either take a trip to Europe, which maybe we should have done first before we got the dog. But anyway, I digress. We either take a trip, we buy a house, or get a dog. I don't know. I was just reaching for something, right? And so we ended up getting a dog.
It was the most financially viable choice at that point.
Yes. So here we are, 7 years later, after getting him. Still no baby. But we do have a pup that I care for like a baby. Now, I don't mean that I treat him like a human baby and put him in a stroller and push him around or anything like that. But what I do mean is that I just love him like he's my baby. I just love him so much. I feel like my heart is going to burst. And I miss him when he's gone or if I'm gone too long. So like the article says, I have a lot to give. We broke down the article's content about how dogs help you cope with infertility, and we came up with 4 ways to embrace the human infertility and puppy parenting journey. First, embrace the opportunity to love.
The article says dogs are marvelously responsive to their humans. The emotional bond is warm and rewarding. Pet therapy in its simplest form.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love about Carson is how responsive he is to me, and our emotional bond and the literal act of nurturing and caring for him is very fulfilling.
Even with dogs, we can practice love, which is not just an emotion, but an action. Love is an act of sacrifice, service, self-denial, all of which you can practice in abundance when caring for a puppy, especially one as intense as a Jack Russell Terrier.
So true. Next, embrace the happiness a puppy or dog will bring. The article reads, hugging a furry dog or talking to a dog can create a meaningful connection when other aspects of life just aren't going quite right. Dogs improve their owner's mood with the dog-human interaction. I absolutely agree with this. And Carson's utter excitement to see me when I get home just warms my heart. And he wants pets and snuggles right away. And he's gotten used to hugs as well. I know.
He wasn't a hugger for the first few years.
Not at all. And I remember I've read articles and heard trainers, like this is not a natural thing that dogs do, right? They don't reach up and hug one another. So it's not instinctual for them. But now he knows what my hug means and he lets me hug him.
Yeah, and he initiates hugs
Yeah,
a person. He comes and he literally hugs my leg with his front paws.
He does.
He started doing that recently. I was like, okay, I guess he's a hugger now.
He's a hugger.
See, I too love the memes that talk about how a dog is just ready to play its heart out as soon as you get home. It doesn't matter what my day has held. If I let Carson take me away on that unbridled joy as soon as I get home, it really helps clear the clouds away.
Yes, absolutely. He just brings us so much joy. Also, embrace the connection with others on the infertility journey. So your dog is just one connection. As the article states, quote, they can be good listeners when the people in your life have heard it all before. And with that said, it's important to connect with others like myself who have gone through or are going through something similar. There are many online support groups that you can share in, and you can ask advice there. So your dog, although an astute listener, is not the only one who wants to listen. So be sure to reach out and get that person-to-person support as well. And I will add that culturally, this is not a topic that's talked about a lot. Even when you're going through it, I found that very few people actually ask me about it or, how I'm feeling about it. Even at the beginning when it was the hardest, right, in the first couple of years. So I would encourage you, if you know someone who's going through infertility, that you check in with them from time to time.
Don't be afraid to help start the conversation. Everyone needs a sympathetic ear to vent to or a shoulder to cry on at some point.
Yes. And finally, embrace the opportunity to heal. The article quotes, sometimes when the world seems dismal after another month without a pregnancy, a dog will give someone a reason to get out of bed. A much-loved pet may not be an official therapy dog, but the effect of unquestionable loyalty and loving their human just the way she is can be incredibly therapeutic. I absolutely agree. And after 9 years of infertility, I'm not sure when the healing... And after 9 years of infertility, I'm not sure when the healing process actually started or if it will ever be complete. But I do know that having someone, my baby dog, to care for has helped tremendously.
Time indeed can heal all wounds if we use those days, weeks, years to examine our feelings and our thought processes, to confront our fears and disappointments, to find purpose in and a renewed strength for the path that life has unfurled.
Yes. And now I want to be clear that a puppy to help fill the child-shaped void is not temporary, meaning once you get pregnant and have a baby, the dog should not be cast out into the darkness. Can you tell we just binged Harry Potter? But it's true, like children, a dog is a lifelong commitment. So we want to take this time to encourage you and let you know that you are not alone. We and your pups are here to listen.
So stay with us, and we'll be right back with our Insta Dog of the Week.
11-year-old Walter just may die of boredom during the most boring summer ever. While exploring an abandoned garden, Walter discovers a mystical elf world where all dead plants spring to life at his touch. The downtrodden elves think Walter is there to save them with his new life-giving powers, to defeat the wicked Ichabod van Snothook before he sucks everyone's joy dry with his never-ending list of rules. Walter will need to use his best power yet, his imagination. In a dying, oppressed world, one boy has the power to bring freedom and life. Walter Plume and the Dehydrated Imagination will take you and your middle grade reader on a thrilling journey while igniting the depths of your imagination. Boys to Book says beautiful imagery leads to spectacular world building in this fantasy that will leave the young reader glued to the pages. Relatable characters add to the magic of the story with never a dull moment. Get your magical fingers on a copy of Walter Plume and the Dehydrated Imagination by Rebecca Lynn Morales, now at Amazon.com. Find out more at walterplume.com. Let Walter and his story awaken your beautiful and creative imagination.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for Insta Dog of the Week.
For our first Insta Dog of 2022, we're bringing you one of our first Insta fans, Marley Rose Swan and her mama, Marla. Yay! And Marla was gracious enough to share her story with us in a voicemail at jackrussellparents.com/showcase. Let's have a listen.
Hi, my name is Marla, mom to Marley Rose _the_JRT. She has many nicknames like Marls and Baby G, but my favorite nickname for her is Chookies. Why Chookies? Because she's my sweetheart. As someone who has always wanted children but wasn't blessed with any, she filled that wanting and need. That makes her special to me. The perfect daughter I've always wanted. She came into my life at the height of the pandemic and filled my loneliness of working from home since Daddy had to go into the office. She became the perfect office mate. I love how caring and loving she is, but most of all, I love her energy. She makes me laugh every day. Her energy is unimaginable. She's just full of life, so happy, and it kind of matches my personality, everyone says. So that makes her very special to me.
Thank you so much, Marla, for sharing your heart with us. We are so glad you have Marley Rose to love. So let's take a look at her bio. Marley Rose Swan is a black and tan Jack Russell Terrier. She's super loving and highly energetic.
Lightning bolt emoji.
Yes. Of course, managed by her mom, Marla. She was born on April 17th, 2020. So she is so stinking cute, y'all. She's this little bitty dog.
Yeah, it's been nice seeing the journey of her life on Instagram. We've been following each other for almost a year now.
Almost a year.
And so she was even itty bittier when we started.
Yes. And there's so many cute things on here. Marla does a great job of capturing this pup's personality. You can tell she's very sweet but energetic also. And what I love is back in September, at the end of September, they found a kitten on a walk. And they've got this cute picture of this little itty bitty kitten next to this rock. And it says, OMG, guys. Right. So all her comments and captions are from Marley Rose's voice and perspective. OMG, guys, I found a kitten this morning. Mommy tried to feed it, but it wouldn't eat. We have a vet appointment today at 3:00. They took this adorable kitten home. And then from there, not all, but a lot of the posts and videos are capturing Marley Rose, the JRT's interactions with this new baby kitten.
It's her fur baby.
It's her baby, yes. It's so cute.
It's like they know when something's a baby and that instinct kicks in and they love on it.
Yeah. There's this one video. It's Marley Rose in her fluffy bed, and the little kitten is laying on her back right there up against Marley Rose and wrapping its arms around her leg. And the caption says, "Nothing to see here, folks. Just a puppy and her annoying pet. Happy Saturday."
And there's a video where the cat is like licking and then biting until she's had enough.
She's like, that's
She's
enough,
trying to get back to her
cat.
nap.
It's just so cute, their interaction and their dynamic. Another picture that I love, well, there's like 3 of them of different shots, is Marley Rose in her Halloween costume. So she is a witch, apparently, and she's got this little witch's hat on in this tutu.
But the witch's hat looks like a piece of candy corn. So
It does.
it just looks ridiculous.
So cute. Let's see what she says about it. Happy Halloween, friends. I told you she was going to dress me up in something ridiculous. She calls me her cute pilgrim, whatever that means. So she's a pilgrim, not a witch. I don't know.
It's that same era. So the hats look similar.
Oh my gosh, it's adorable. And across the top, she has cute little stories spelled out with the name Marley. One of them is called Trust Issues. Let's see
Quick trust issues. See what happened.
Yeah, there's a cute, oh my gosh, it's a really funny video. So there's one where there's a bug, I think, on the floor of some kind. And she's laying and staring at it and trying to get it. Anyway, she don't trust those bugs. And lastly, I will say, being that it's New Year, she has several New Year photos of her kitten, and her mama wearing 2022 glasses. Very cute. And the newest one is a recap of 2021, which are always fun to see.
What I really love about Marley is that her face just looks really sweet. Sometimes you look at a Jack Russell and be like, that is a mischief maker right there. It always looks like he's getting into some kind of trouble. But Marley, she looks like she's more on that energetic side, really sweet side. And one of my favorite images is one of the newer ones where she's standing next to these decorations where it's a bear, a snowman, and then her. It's just,
oh, yeah.
Just a row of cute.
It's like she's a Christmas decoration. Yeah. I like that one too. So this is Marley Rose, the JRT. Be sure to check her out at Marlie. Marley Rose _the_JRT. It will make your 2022 the best. So thank you for joining us for our first 2022 episode. And I can't begin to understand why some of us are unable to have kids while others are, but I do know that I am incredibly grateful to have our sweet pup to parent. And don't let anyone tell you that your pup is not your baby. You just love them and care for them as if they are. We wish you the best new year imaginable. Did you enjoy this episode? Did you learn from the content? Or did you just have a good, relatable laugh? Well, now what? It's time to subscribe, follow, keep listening, and give a positive review on the Apple Podcast app. Then share the podcast with other puppy parents. This will allow us to connect you and your friends with fun, dog-loving content week after week. Until next time, this is Becca and Gabe, the Jack Russell parents.
Say bye, Carson.
We'd love to connect with you online at jackrussellparents.com or on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at JRT Podcasts. That's at JRT for Jack Russell Terrier Podcast.
The Jack Russell Parents Podcast is produced by Earball Audio.
Jack Russell Parents is brought to you in part by Super Chewer. From the makers of BarkBox, Super Chewer is a themed monthly delivery of toys and treats made especially for dogs who play harder and demand a challenge. Simply go to jackrussellparents.com and click the Super Chewer link to enjoy their great offers while also supporting our podcast.